Zahara asks, "What is love?" Part 2. Zahara is a 15-year-old young lady living in Nakavali refugee camp. She's very curious about love. So are many of her girlfriends. She continued asking questions to Bibi about love because she found her answers so comforting and reassuring, and they made so much sense. While Zahara was eating her cookie with Bibi, she mentioned that she feels she loses her temper too many times in her relationship with her boyfriend. She asked Bibi, "Did you lose your temper when you were with your husband? Because I noticed that most of the time you're happy and calm." Bibi replied with a curious look on her face. "Actually, Zahara, when I was younger, into the age of 45, I had a very bad temper. My mother often used to lose her temper, and I thought it was a normal feeling. When I got stressed, I would also often get angry and let off steam, so to speak, and then feel better. I was okay with it. But I noticed that many others around me had become scared of me because of my temper, and that my temper hurt their feelings. My own children loved me, but hated my constant and loud negative emotional outbursts. Then one day, I had a spiritual insight into my temper. I noticed that my uncle, when he was angry, always thought he was right and everyone else was wrong. I also noticed the opposite was true. He was always wrong when he was angry. I wondered, could that be true for me as well? That is the moment I had an insight that changed my personality forever. I realized that this was true for me as well. I was always lying to myself when I was angry, but I thought I was always right. These lies kept my temper alive. The anger was fueled by my lying thoughts that I was telling myself in my head. Right at that moment, I lost 95% of that bad habit of my temper, and I became calmer and easier to be around. You see, Zahara, when one sees the false, automatically we tap into our wisdom, or that which is true. I was fooling myself with my lying thoughts. When I simply stopped believing in them, they went away. I became more loving to others and myself, and that brought happiness into my heart. This insight made me a better human being, and that is the goal of all human beings, in my opinion. Oh, Bibi, that is so great. I hope I can see this as well, Zahara said with amazement. I guess your experience is like the forgiveness that is mentioned in The Missing Link by Sydney Banks. You forgave yourself when you saw the truth. Sydney Banks wrote, "Forgiveness releases you from mental anguish and pain and all the horrible negative feelings an unforgiving mind experiences. When you learn to forgive, you see with clarity the ignorance and the innocence of those who trespass against you. There is no way to guarantee a trouble-free life. Wise people find happiness not in the absence of such hardships, but in their ability to understand them when they occur." Bibi, my boyfriend disappoints me so many times. Do you think I should stay with him? Bibi smiled as she remembered how many times her husband had disappointed her. But until he died, she continued to love him dearly. That is a question that only you can answer, Zahara. You must learn to trust your feelings. They are the guide to lead you into deeper and deeper levels of love and understanding. Remember, sweetie, all problems are caused by overthinking. And I mean all problems. If you are disappointed, find a positive feeling, and that will guide you to your answer. God gives us feelings for a reason. They are our guide inside. They guide us always, always to love, happiness, and contentment. In the North American Indian world, they teach about the red road and the black road. The black road is the path of ego. The red road is the path of accessing wisdom and love. Do you want to live in a world of ego thinking or a world of wisdom thinking? Positive feelings of love allow us to get beyond our selfish thoughts into the feelings of helping our fellow man, to help the community, and to rise above the selfish thoughts. A wise indigenous elder once said to me, allow your thoughts to soar like the eagle, turning your dreams into reality. This is my dream for you, Zahara. Disappointments come into our personal mind, and from time to time, when we leave these thoughts alone, they become teachers, allowing us to see that the spirit within and God's spirit are one. When you and I share like this, we share in the one feeling of love. I love how you feel free to share your mind with my heart. I love how you trust me. You must do the same with your boyfriend. When you see the beauty of your boyfriend, not from the outside attraction, but his true beauty inside, then you will know the answer to your question. I had to learn to trust my husband. When I learned to trust him, he respected me more. This allowed me to trust him even more. Never become a slave to a boyfriend, but certainly allow his wisdom to enrich your heart. I believe God lets us know when the boyfriend is a keeper or not. Thank you, Zahara, for being so loving.
Hey, thank you so much, Harry, for playing for us that audio. And that was the voice behind the audio that I was talking about, Jim's beautiful voice. Okay, so this story is about Zahara and the grandmother called Bibi. And Zahara had a boyfriend, and Zahara had a bad temper with her boyfriend, meaning they were not always in good terms. And Zahara, she didn't know what to do because she really loved the boyfriend. She wanted to be in peace with the boyfriend, but the temper wouldn't allow her. So she was confused and had to run to the grandmother called Bibi to ask more about how can she handle her relationship with her boyfriend. I believe everybody have understood the story very well, and for those who have joined, if you have the Zahara book that says Zahara asked what is love, just check part 2, then you follow with us. So I'm going to open up the discussion floor with some questions. I'm going to throw to you the questions, and then you give us your opinions or your views. Then from yours, then I'm going to add on mine. Everybody who has just joined, you're welcome. I'm seeing Gavin, I'm seeing Claudia. Everybody who is here, you're welcome. So the first question is, what does Bibi mean when she says, I was always lying to myself when I was angry? What does Bibi mean when she says, I was always lying to myself when I was angry? The story that we just read or heard. I would request all the Africans who are here to unmute, unless when you have echoes behind you, don't unmute unless when you're going to talk. But if the room is free where you are, unmute and then please give us the answers. We have 6 questions, so let us try to keep time and be quick because the questions are 6. Yes, and I would like everybody to share your thoughts. your inputs about this story. We are here to learn, and if you teach me, I teach you, both grow together. So please don't keep your opinion, just be open and tell us how you feel about this, what you feel like telling us about this. Thank you so much. Who is going to go first? Hello, the floor is open. Kindly don't make me choose. Let us unmute and answer. What does Bibi mean when she says I was always lying to myself when I was angry? Okay. Nobody's going to answer it. Can I go ahead? African? Yes, Gavin. Thank you so much. I'm seeing your hand up. Come on, get the mic.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, hello everyone. So thank you so much for giving me the floor. What I'd like to say about that question about Bibi saying she always lied to herself when she was angry. According to my understanding is that most of times when we are angry, we normally act or react to situations the way that we should not. So in that moment of frustration, you find that we think that everything that we are doing is right. So that could be the same way parents react when children do some things and the parents get mad. They immediately take some hard decisions, thinking that these are right decisions, yet they are wrong ones. I can share one story of a parent who had chased away a child at night because the child had done something wrong. So the parent was very mad and immediately told the child to leave the house. And he told the child that the child was not going to sleep in the house for that night. So the parents told the child to go away. And the child did not have anywhere to go. And the child just went and remained on the streets. And the child got lost. So it was after when the parents calmed down and tapped into her wisdom and tried to think well, that's when the parents realized later that the parent was wrong, because the parents realized that if something had happened to the child that night, that would have been the parent's fault. But at that moment when the parent was angry, the parent thought that chasing away the child was the right decision. That's why even Bibi also said when she was angry or mad, she was thinking that she was always right, yet she was never right when she was angry. And that is the same thing with me and other people that I've already talked to. Most of times we take decisions which are wrong because we are mad. So thank you.
Wow, you're welcome, Gavin, for that beautiful, beautiful answer. Wow. Anybody else to add on what Gavin has just said? Kindly, before I jump in with my opinion. Anybody else?
Hello, Sylvia.
Yes, Elizabeth, you're welcome.
Yeah, I think there is a part when she says, before she had got the spiritual insight, she used to make wrong decisions when she was mad, when she was angry, until the time she got the spiritual insight. She could tell what is right and what is not right. So she was advising Zahara not to make any decision when she's angry, because it's part of life. In life, when you are in a relationship, you have to get a time when you are in a misunderstanding with someone, be family, be in relationships with boyfriend and girlfriend. But when you grow up, you start seeing things in a different way because you have spiritual insight. That's what I have to say.
Thank you so much, Elizabeth, for your input, and that is so beautiful knowledge, wisdom got from you. Okay, I would also put in my input, and we'll go to the second
Sylivia,
question, because as I told you,
Sylvia,
yes, Joseph. Yes,
just
Joseph.
in a minute or a second or so, I think one, anger kills. It doesn't bring happiness. It doesn't bring joy. It doesn't bring forgiveness. And so when she says I was lying to myself because anger was going to kill her, anger brings hatred, and whatever was around her, she was just seeing a negative world. And so that anger takes away the happiness and the joy. And that is why, like she says, I was lying myself, because she could not see the hope ahead. She could not forgive. And that could make her even not to interact. And when you're in that isolation, you hate yourself and you're like, life has come to an end. And I want to believe that's why she mentioned that statement. Over to you, Sylvia.
Thank you so much, Joseph. Wow, what a beautiful answer that was also. Thank you so much, guys, for participating. Yeah, so to add on your voices.
Excuse me, Sylvia.
Yes, you're welcome, Bernard.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for presenting a question and hosting us tonight. I just wanted to also supplement something related to ego and life of freedom. What I was lying to myself, I was always lying to myself when I am angry. This question, in my opinion, I think this person was overtaken by ego most times, maybe, instead of life of freedom. And whenever she was feeling hungry, she was overtaken by ego, which always made her feel bad about her and surrender freedom, which would be the best thing to do. I just wanted to supplement in that version as my opinion.
Thank you so much, Wanyama Bernard, for that beautiful supplementation. So to add on your voices, guys, I also want to give an answer. I think Bibi said so because most times when you're angry, you're always on the wrong side. Yeah. In most cases, when someone is angry, is always on the wrong side. But because of the anger, you will not realize that you're on the wrong side. You will think you are the right person at that time. You are one saying the truth, you deserve this, and you deserve to do whatever you're doing. Yes, because of the anger, the are right and the other part is wrong, which is not always the same issue. After realizing that after being angry, I'm always on the wrong side, I calm down. And it's true. When you sit down and think about the situation that you were in, you might find that you were in the wrong side. And sometimes you don't give opportunity to the other side to explain or make us understand. At that moment when the anger has risen, you don't want to understand anything. You are the right person at that time, and you're the final man at that time. What you say is right, and what you do, you feel like you're entitled to do it because of the anger. And the result that comes out of that will always be a negative result. Like Joseph says, it will always bring you pain. It will make you go into a life that you yourself don't really enjoy. But at the end of the day, you find that you pushed yourself there because you did not control your anger. That also realize that I might be wrong. I need to listen and understand the other party. So in most cases, when you get angry or you get annoyed, we advise you first slow down. First, give yourself a moment of silence and listen from your inner person, from your inner insight. Like, analyze issues before you speak out, before you act, before you release out your voice and whatever you want to do. Give yourself time to be quiet and listen to your inner insight. Yeah. Okay, we go to question number 2. How can realizing a false thought help you feel calmer or feel relaxed? How can realizing a false thought help you feel calmer or relaxed? Open flow again. Come on. Gavin, I know you're going to be the first. Do we have Joseph online, Bernard? Anybody there? Elizabeth, Robert, come on.
I think
How can realizing a false thought help you feel calmer?
Sylvia, I think
Yes, Elizabeth.
I think it helps you that you delete the negative thoughts so that you replace them with the positive thoughts. You get calmer when you start getting on the positive side and moving from the negative side. You try to think of loving yourself, think of forgetting the past, then you create a new positive mind and thoughts. So that's how it helps you. That's what I think.
Thank you so much, Elizabeth. Input. Somebody else with an addition on how realizing a false thought helps you feel calmer or relaxed. La, 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 la. Okay, I'll go straight on that one again for my input, then we will proceed to a third question. If I feel the audience is quiet and yeah, okay. First of all, when you have a false thought, you are positive. That means you have a negative thought because it's like you have a lying thought in you. So everything you think about will be only negative. It will not be positive. So the moment you realize that what I'm thinking is lie, it's not true, maybe on myself, maybe on the environment, maybe in the situation where am I, this is not how it's supposed to be, then you're going to replace the false thought with the truth thought. And the true thought comes with the positivity. You replace the lies with the truth, you replace the negative with the positive, and then after replacing it, you feel like you're calm, you're relaxed, you can handle the situation, you can overcome that, you can win it, you can handle it in a calm way, in a beautiful way, in a way that is not stressing, after replacing the lying thought with a true thought about anything you're going through. So you get the negative thought, you put the positive ones, and you get your answer. You feel so much relaxed. You feel it was easier handling it this way. You know, whenever you get positive thoughts, every decision you make, everything that comes your way is positive. And whenever the positivity dresses you up, everything, you're good to go with right decisions, you're good to go with the beautiful life, you're good to go with the love we talk about. Yeah, so you this is a false thought and I need to replace it with a truth. I'm good to go. Yeah. So thank you for listening also to my input. And we go to the question. The third question says, in your life, when have you forgiven yourself or someone else? And how did it feel? In your whole life, when have you ever forgiven yourself or someone else? How did it feel? So you can just maybe tell us a story, how you forgave yourself, when did you forgive yourself, and how you feel about it. Just something simple and short. Floor open for anybody.
Hello,
Anyone
Sylvia.
willing? Yes, Elizabeth,
Hello,
you're welcome. Oh.
Yeah, we had a teacher at our school. One day we got into a misunderstanding, and this teacher got a hammer to hit me. It was a male teacher. I will not say his name. So the director was watching us, Teacher Robert. So that teacher, after that incident, I could not work anymore with the school. I told Teacher Robert, no, I'm leaving. I can't work with this male teacher. He can end up beating me or doing anything wrong the next time. But the day before, Papa had taught us how to, when you're going through a hard situation, you need to get someone you confide in and you talk about the situation. First, you can keep quiet, then you get someone you trust to talk to. And that person was Teacher Robert. So I remembered what Papa taught us the day before. That time we had just begun the 3Ps. So I talked to Robert, and also Robert told me, don't you remember what Papa told us? Learn to forgive and love yourself. So that was the incident. It was not easy, but after I forgave that teacher, and we worked as a team again, and it felt like I felt happy after forgiving him, and we worked together in the same environment as a happy staff. Yeah, it was peaceful, and inside my heart, I felt like I was relieved after forgiving him. The Lord was gone. So that was my experience.
Wow, what a beautiful story, Elizabeth. Thank you for feeling that beautiful feeling after forgiving. And I believe now you know the power that is in forgiving, that is not only going to help the other party, but also you benefit more than the person you have forgiven. Thank you so much, Elizabeth. Someone else with an answer for that? Maybe not. Okay, if I hear the audience quiet, I just continue. So what I have to do is, personally, some years back, I got a friend who made me make a bad decision, a wrong decision that ruined my life. I lost the love and the trust of my parents. I lost the love and the trust of my friends. Because of the wrong decision the person made me go into. I trusted him so much. So after some time, he turned against me. And as I told you, like when you're really, really into something, you feel you're on the right side. So by that time, I didn't want to hear anybody's advice. I don't want to hear anybody say the person at that moment. And then after some time passed, I got to know that I was with the wrong person, actually. I had, by the time I realized I had lost everything on me, I'd lost the self-love. I really felt like I was not worthy enough. I didn't really want to belong to this world. I was just miserable by that time, and I was all alone. I was ever in a regret, and I decided that my life will never be the same again, and I'm going to be a loser for the rest of my life. Yeah, so I kept that person on my heart, and everything I did, I was always blaming the person. I'm like this because of this person. I'm like this because of this person. And it kept me behind. It kept my joy. It kept my happiness. It kept my progress behind. I was not normal, actually. Yeah, I was in my own world. Yeah, until the time I got to know the 3Ps, actually, yeah, I actually got married and gave birth to kids, but I had not yet forgiven that somebody. And I still lived in that life. Even in my marriage life, I still hated the person so much. Until I discussed with Papa Jim, I opened up to him about it. I told him the whole story. And then that's when he told me about forgiving. He talked about forgiving yourself, like forgiving yourself, because that I'd never heard of it before. Grew up here, forgive one another. If someone wrongs you, forgive. But nobody has ever told me to forgive myself. It was my first time hearing that, and was like, you forgiving yourself, you forgive someone else. And then that evening, because it was an evening in Uganda, it was night. I felt like, oh, I think if I had this, I would have already forgiven this person. So I forgave myself first. Really, I forgave myself for accepting the false lies I had in my head about myself not becoming somebody else in future. I forgave myself for putting myself down and for hating myself, hating my life, you know. And actually, after I forgave that person, and that evening, I felt like the burden is off my shoulder, and it was the best feeling I'd ever got. And trust me, from that day up to now, I'm free. I really don't even care. I don't even think about what happened. I take it as my past, a past that I'm proud to talk about, and I'm a winner, and I'm an overcomer, and I came out with victory, and I'm enjoying my life better than previous, as well. I made wrong decision, but I'm doing that because I embrace the forgiving of myself and then forgiving the person, and I'm enjoying my beautiful life right now. You don't have to tell me anything about that. It's the power of forgiving yourself and forgiving someone else. Just thank you for coming back. So let us go for one. Why did Bibi tell her trust feelings instead of giving her a direct answer about her boyfriend? Why does Bibi tell Zahara to trust her feelings instead of giving a direct answer about her boyfriend? Floor is open for anybody to answer. Hello, hello, hello. Anybody on the mic? Why does Bibi tell Zahara to trust her feelings instead of giving her a direct answer about her boyfriend? One, two. Gavin.
Hello.
I was going to five, then I jumped in. Yes, Gavin, come on.
Yeah, okay. According to what I understand to that, it to mean that Bibi wanted Zahara to trust her own feelings, because sometimes we can have our feelings telling us something about someone. And I believe that those feelings inside of us telling us something, that is what we can call an inner voice. And that is God talking to us and guiding us. So sometimes we try to look for answers from other places and disturb our own peace of mind, thinking a lot, yet we have the right answers right in front of us and within us. So when we trust our own feelings, that will help us to guide us. Actually, when we don't trust our own feelings, that can make us to not really succeed at what we are doing. That same example can apply to the students. When we are students, sometimes we revise a lot, preparing ourselves for examinations. And then you find there are students who don't trust their own feelings. So when they don't trust their own feelings, they kind of lose that self-confidence. So they try to think that what they revised maybe is not right. So they want to get answers from other students. And you'll find with that, if the student was to succeed because they did not trust their own feelings, they fail. So it is the same with relationships. Sometimes we might have clear guidance within us, telling us about the other person that we are with. But because we don't trust ourselves and our own feelings, we go to ask for advice from other people. And you might find in the end, these people can give us bad advice that will not be beneficial to us. And that usually happens with young people. You find when young people are in a group, as a peer group, they are asking each other advice. You might find one has these feelings that are telling them this is wrong. But because they listen to the advice of their peers, then they end up doing that wrong thing. Yet their feelings have been telling them that that thing is wrong, don't do it. But because they don't trust themselves, they end up doing it. And that one ends up ruining themselves and the people maybe around them. So that's what I believe Bibi was trying to tell Zahara, why it is important to trust her own feelings, because our own feelings don't mostly lie to us. Most of times it is God speaking within us. So that's my understanding.
Wow, so beautiful, Gavin. Thank you for that understanding. Very beautiful understanding. It's very true. Yeah. Anybody who wants to add on what Gavin has just said? Or anybody who has something different? La 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 la. Okay, Gavin, I want to add on your voice on what you said. When we read the Zahara Ask What Is Love, Bibi says that the feelings are the guide insight. Yes, that they lead us or guide us to the levels of loving deeply and understanding. So those things, they are guide insight. They are always in us. And they are personal. You can't have the same feeling with somebody else. It can't be on the same level. At least somebody has to be, it's something personal that you have to handle. It's inside you. And remember, nobody can open inside to check how you feel or what. Even doctors are the ones to ask us, how are you feeling? We are the one to tell them this is how we are feeling. So if Bibi told Zahara to trust her feelings, just like Gavan said, it is something that is within us, that inner voice, that inside voice. You cannot listen to that inner voice when you are talking. No. Of course, no. You have to calm down, go to that quiet place, meditate, power your inner self and start listening to your inner self. What does it say? So Zahara, Bibi was advising Zahara to listen to that inner Zahara. What are my feelings? What are my inner voice talking about my boyfriend? Do I really love him and I can still maintain him? I can still handle this, or there's nothing like love left for him in my life? Because if she used the normal understanding, she would make a wrong decision. But mostly if you follow the inner insight, the guide insight, you make right decisions because it comes from the within, it comes from the depth of you, and then it comes out. So that is what I would give on that. Number 5, and positive feelings, decisions. How can positive feelings help guide your decisions? How can positive feelings help guide your decision? Anybody with an input, please? How can positive feelings help guide your decisions? Don't worry, you can repeat as much as you can. It is an open discussion.
Someone, why do people just do them?
Yeah, Sylivia, sorry, my network has been on and off. Yeah,
It's
but
okay.
just to contribute to that in regard to how can positive feelings help me make decisions possibly that are good. I think positive feeling, one helps me to refresh and reflect, but they also hope to give me a peace of mind, that quiet space in me. And when I think positively, I think I take decisions that are also going to impact my life positively. And therefore, the positive feeling in me helps me to cut off the negativity, the anger we have been talking about, and I start to think in the future. I ignore the negative, and it helps me to develop hope and faith that, yes, I can do this, this is possible. And so I think when you think positively, you start to see things in a positive manner that also helps you to grow your conscience, to grow your mind, and to have positive thoughts around you. Yeah, over to you, Sylvia.
Thank you, Joseph, for that beautiful input. It's so beautiful and as wisdom filled. So someone else with another input on that, kindly share, please. We share and we grow together. How can positive feelings help guide your decision? 1, 2, 3.
Okay. Hello.
Okay. Hi.
Okay, thank you. So regarding that question, how can
Yes,
the
David.
positive feel? To my side, I think positivity goes on with positivity. So if I'm having positive feelings, obviously, then my mindset will be positive. So for that case, all the negativity will all be neglected, and I'll enhance the positive in me. So I think that's it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, David, for your input. It's beautiful. Yeah, it's beautiful. Short but beautiful. Yes, Gavin, come on.
In addition to that, this is Robert.
Yes, Robert, I hear you.
Positive feelings unlocks the door into seeing possibilities. It helps you to see light through darkness. It helps you to see victory out of being a victim. It helps you to see where health and life in a diseased situation. So positive feelings is a great key to advancement in life. To overcome obstacles before you. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Robert, for your input. It's beautiful. I love that. Yes, Gavin. Gavin, come on.
Yeah, so on my side, according to that, I understand that positive feelings help us because they broaden our perspective. When we have positive feelings, they help us to understand other people better, and also to take good decisions. Like, for example, let's say if I have an argument with someone and I only have negative feelings about them, so this will make me to not expand my perspective. I will only see that I'm the only one who is right and that they are wrong. I will not try to be empathetic with them. So, but when I have these positive feelings, they will help me to see things from the other person's perspective. So I will try to be compassionate with them and to listen to them and to care for them. Even if we have an argument, I will still understand that I still can understand the other person and give them the chance to express themselves and that they have the right to be understood. Otherwise, that cannot happen with negative feelings. So with that one, these positive feelings will help me to take the right decisions. So that is what I have to say according to me.
Wow, thank you so much, Gavin, for that. It's so beautiful. Also, I want to put some input on that same thing. Positive feelings. When you have a positive feeling, like for example, let me say, if you're a person who really likes to eat well, sleep well, be in a nice place, be loved, all those are beautiful. They are positive feelings. Yeah, somebody who has no positive feelings will not feel like he needs to be in that good environment. But positive feelings push you into loving yourself by environments, having some good food, you know, all that good things. So, but the problem is you don't have money. You don't have money to maybe eat something you want, maybe sleep in that bed you want, yeah, live in that house you want. So what are you going to do? What decision are you going to do? And if you have a positive feeling, the decision you're going to make is going to be positive. And this is the decision. You're going to decide to go and work and get that clean money that will not bring any problem after you using the money. So by that positive feeling, you love yourself to a point that you'll go and look for job, you work, then you can get whatever you want through your sweat, through your hard work you get. And if you have the negative feelings of yourself, you feel like okay, I need to work, but okay, no, I need this thing, but the only way I can get it is to go and steal it. Yes, that one is going to be a wrong decision because you have a negative feeling about yourself. So if you have a positive feeling, it helps you to make positive decisions. And when you make positive decisions, you enjoy your life because positive decisions will never, ever disappoint you. No, they will never have side effects. They will never have problems at the end of it all. If you make a right decision, a positive decision, everything will come out positive. Everything will come out right and beautiful the way it's supposed to be. Okay, our last one. If you were Zahara, what would you do to handle your temper with your boyfriend? If you were Zahara, what would you do to handle your temper with your boyfriend? If you were Zahara, what would you do to handle your temper with your boyfriend? Floor open. Guys, floor is open. If you were Zahara, what would you do to handle your temper with your boyfriend? Priska, you're welcome. I'm seeing Priska here. You're welcome. Feel free to talk, Priska. We are all having opportunities to talk. The question is, if you were Zahara, what would you do to handle your temper with your boyfriend?
If I was Zahara, in first place, what I could do is first of all giving a break to my boyfriend, to my side. Then after, I will have to talk to him later what really happened. Yeah.
Okay, David, that was your input if you were Zahara. Hey, thank you for the input, David. And David, don't go. You have a story to tell us before we close. So prepare that story, and I'm going to give you just 2 minutes to tell us that story before we close. So please stay online. Somebody else to add on the voice of David. If you are Zahara, how would you handle your temper with your boyfriend? Yes, Gavin.
Yeah, so if I was Zahara, I think the best thing to do would be to try to understand the triggers, of that temper of my boyfriend. Like, what triggers his temper? Is it maybe because he's feeling insecure? Is it that he's feeling unheard? Or what is really making him to have a temper? So after understanding that, I would try to look for a moment of silence, a calm moment, not in the same moment of frustration or during that moment of conflict. I would wait for that moment of calmness and then try to explore the patterns during that calm moment. Try to see how to deal with the triggers of his temper. So that is what I would do if I was Zahara, because that can be resolved only through understanding. First, by understanding one another, and then understand what makes him to be mad, and then look for the solution in a calm moment or in a calm situation, and not in the moment that he's angry. So that's what I would do if I was Zahara.
Wow, thank you so much, Gavin, for that answer. Wow. Let me also put in my input addition. If I was Zahara, how would I handle my temper with my boyfriend? We have to remember, whenever some people are in arguments or disagreements, both of them are always angry. Yes, though it's in a different case that some people get angry and they don't react, they don't talk, but they are angry, but they don't react, they don't talk. So get a point that having a disagreement or a fight with somebody, both of you are angry. So one of you has to cool down, because fire cannot stop fire. No, water can stop fire, but fire cannot stop fire. So if I was Zahara, how I could handle my temper, and let me assume Zahara knew the 3Ps. Like currently, I know the 3Ps. What I would do, I'll say to mine, and I'll let my friend splash out whatever he wants and whatever annoyed him, angered him. And because if I speak at that time, my boyfriend knows he's right and I'm also right. So at that time, we are both right. And nobody is going to accept that. Nobody is going to accept that any of us is in wrong. So one of us has to accept that I'm in wrong, and let me keep quiet. I first analyze properly what is going on. So I'll keep doing that to my boyfriend, and I'll still keep telling him in our happy moments. I'll tell him if we have an argument, if we have a fight or a disagreement, I ask, I request, and we both take moments to listen to ourselves, and we analyze who is in fault and what do I need to do. And yeah, actually that thing is helping us, me and my family, actually me and my husband, is really helping us when we go into a fight. We argue over something, but the thing is we don't react. At first I used to react. Yes, I used to react at first. I admit I really wanted to handle it there and then, and it's done. And in most cases, I was the one in the right. I thought I was the one in the right, which was the wrong way about it. But after going to deeper into the 3Ps and after reading the Zahara book, I thought about it, was like, okay, I first need to listen to my inner Sylivia. And which I asked him, he's a 3P guy, though he's always behind the cameras. So I told him, in case of this, in case it happens, we all first go to our inner people, check out. And after some time, we come back and on the table and talk about it in a calm way and in a cool way. That's how we do it. Okay. We have 2 last questions and we close this session. In this book, we have some elders' words. An elder person said, allow your thoughts to soar like the eagle, turning your dreams into reality. What do you think this means? In that same audio we had, there is an elder person who said, allow your thoughts to soar like an eagle, turning your dreams into reality. What do you think this means? Yes, please. Anybody? Allow your thoughts to soar like the eagle, to go high. You know, the eagle goes very high. So allow your thoughts to go high like an eagle into reality. We all have dreams. So if we allow our thoughts to go high like an eagle, turning our dreams into reality, what does that mean? Anybody? Yes, Teacher Robert, you want to say something?
Hello?
Hello?
Do you hear?
Yes, hearing you.
Do you hear me?
Yes, I get you.
Yeah, allow your thoughts to soar. Like, it's like choosing to above the limits. You know, one of the nature or one of the secrets of ego, they always enjoy the seasons of heavy storms. When storms come, it pushes the egos to rise far above the storms. So, in the same way, we need to embrace the positive attitudes when challenges our way, so that we press on achieving what we are dreaming to have or to become, to move towards our desired ends and destiny. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Teacher Robert, for the input. Very beautiful and wisdom filled. Somebody else with an input on that? Also input on that. If we allow our thoughts to soar, actually, when we talk about the thoughts, I'll talk about the positive thoughts. If we allow our positive thoughts to go higher, like you don't limit yourself, you don't put yourself in that basket, in that team, a small team, and you say, this is what I can manage, this is what I can do. In your positive feelings, you have positive feelings, you really want to enjoy your life, you want to love yourself in a positive way, but you are limiting yourself to something small. So if you put those positive feelings or positive thoughts out and wide, and you think positively about something big, then it's going to turn your dreams into reality. Because everybody have a dream. You have a dream of becoming a superstar, becoming a winner, becoming a model, becoming a great footballer. So If you start putting your positive feelings, yes, you have a positive feeling of playing football and you want to join, then you're looking at this small village club and you're like, as long as I get to that small village club, that is going to be good for me. You're limiting your beautiful thoughts. So you have to throw it and say, I want to be on the world team. That is a beautiful feeling, and it's a very big dream. So it's going to push you, that positive thought that you have made it so go higher. It's going to push you to practicing hard, working hard, so that you may leave the village club, you go to the national club, you go to, until you hear that you are in the world club. Yes, that is after you have allowed your positive thoughts to go higher. Don't limit them, so that your dream may become reality and you become what you want. Okay, our last question today is going to be, what insight or new thought are you taking away today? What is the package you're taking away today? What insight or new thought are you taking away today from our story? The Zahara asks, what is love part 2? What insight or what new thought are you taking away today? That one, I believe all of us should at least say something, because it's a package you're going with today. Kindly let us say something. What you've learned, something new, some insight from this story. Yes, Gavin, you're welcome.
Yeah, so thank you for the floor. What I can say that I have learned today is that I have to trust my feelings, because when I trust my feelings, I will have positive thoughts, and that will help me to achieve what I really want to achieve in my life. Because before, I never trusted my feelings. I never believed in myself, but it was until I came across the 3 principles, that's when I knew that I can also do something. That's when I started to believe in my feelings. And as of today, that has reminded me again that the more I believe and trust my feelings, the more that I can achieve whatever that I want to achieve in my life. So thank you so much for the lesson.
You're welcome, Gavin. Thank you so much for the package you're going with at home. Yes, Teacher Robert, Elizabeth, David, anyone online?
So, you have learned that all problems are caused by overthinking. You have been having that problem. That's why I think I even have diabetes. So I think I will have to learn to have positive feelings. And I have also learned that you should learn to have spiritual insight. Like the judge was telling Zahara that you should have spiritual insight. It helps you to grow within yourself. You learn to have positive thinking, and you change. You see things beyond, even when you don't have something to eat. When you're facing family issues with your children, you have fights with fellow teachers, like, you should remain positive. You should always have positive feelings. And I know from now and onwards, the doctor's been telling me you should do away with negative thoughts. It is disturbing your diabetes. And today it has been a good lesson to me. Thank you, Sylvia.
Wow. Wow. Thank you so much for the package you're taking home with you today. That was so beautiful. Okay. Okay, let us have one last more. Bernard, what have you learned? Which package are you going with today? Yes.
Thank you, Sylivia. Can you please offer that opportunity first to Priscott? She has a hand raised.
Yeah, Priska, come on, take the floor. You're welcome.
Thank you, Sylivia and team. Sorry for joining in late. It was just because my connectivity was poor a bit. I believe I came in at a time when the story was already read, but I think I've picked something and I have my take home. One of my take home will be about us having the positive feelings in us. We just need to be assertive, really. We need to believe in ourselves. We know we can do things better, and then we know we can change the environment around us and within us. And then also another thing is about I came in at a time when you were talking about Zahara, I think that temper, something like that, the Zahara and then the boyfriend. I don't know what exactly happened between Zahara and the boyfriend, but what I know is that they rubbed shoulders at some time. But then my take home for that specific part is we should just be slow at reacting upon certain things. We may be two people having an argument, but then if we happen to all be high, we may not get a solution to the problem at hand. So we just need to be so slow at reacting. If one person is so high, let another person first cool down so that maybe we can seek for ways of how we can handle the situation at hand. And then maybe to the rest of the members, I think that perception of having positive feelings within us is a very, very, very big thing that can make us develop and grow in all aspects of our life. Yeah, thank you so much, Sylvia, for the chance. And thanks so much, Bernard, also for the chance. Over to you, Sylvia.
You're welcome, Priska. You're welcome, Priska. I would really love to see the face behind that beautiful voice and the beautiful wisdom we've just had right now. If you could just tap on the video just for a minute and just wave. I'm really eager to see the
Not
beautiful
now,
face behind
not
that.
now.
But it's okay. Thank you for the input and thank you for the takeaway. Okay, Bernard, after Bernard has given you the chance, he has run away. Bernard, you're here? Giving your input, we go.
I'm here, Sylivia. I've been following. Thank you so much for turning back again to me. I'm glad for everybody who is here. And I also joined in at a time when the clip was ending, but it ended on a good note with me. And I happened to note down a very nice question, which is worth reflecting on, which said, do you want to live in a world of ego thinking or a world of freedom thinking? There was a clause somewhere which said, a question I can say, which said, do you want to live in a world of ego thinking or a world of free thinking? That is a very big question to me. It is having a lot of meanings. One of the meanings to me says we need to have choices, and the choices we have must be good, positive choices first, then maybe any other item can follow. So my take home would be that question, which I'm going to expound on further, but I wanted to also inform everyone on the platform that please just rewind back and read that question and also think about it. But this question, one of the things that it teaches me, it says, is what do you want in life? Do you want to live positively or negatively? This question is there and the choice is ours, whether we should live in positivity or be dragged in negativity. And if it is in negativity, then it means your ego is misleading you or is most likely to impact on you negatively, which is not the thing a therapy mentors we should follow. We shouldn't follow negative egocentric thinking. We should always take positives. Thank you so much for joining us. Let me introduce to you Priska, Sylivia, and team. She is the member of our date school. She's a member of our date school if you have been following. And she's one of the counselors that we have. Child counselors. She holds a master's degree in counseling, but also working with Adet Junior School. We are based in Uganda, East Africa, Busia. Thank you so much for allowing us contribute tonight. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Bernard. And Priska, nice to meet you. I believe I'll see you one day. Okay, I'm also ending with my package, and I would say I've also picked something very beautiful tonight. It's encouraging me. I've been doing it, but I'm encouraged more to continue doing it, to trust my my positive feelings, because they help me. They are my insight, and they help me make right or positive decisions. And that one means I'm going to enjoy my life with no negative energy at all, no negative vibe. I'm going to keep loving myself. I'm going to keep loving. Yes. So of others join the first. We just give me only just a minute to repeat these things, because I know you're going to need them, and they are very, very wise. This Zahara book is ready to be accessed right now. It's there. How can you access it? You can access it. It's free. You can access it on Harry's webpage. It's free of charge. Harry's webpage, www.acttraining.biz, or you can access it on the 3P in Africa webpage. And it's got in three languages: English, Swahili, and French. Yes, it is also available on these same web pages in audio, but the audio is only in English, and you love the voice behind the audio. Also, there is a 3P educator guide on Zahara Asks What is Love on Harry's webpage. There is also a book club sharing by Harry and Jim on almost every chapter in the 3P in Africa YouTube channel. So if you really want to access these books and every other club, everything to do with 3Ps, just contact Harry, just contact Jim, just contact me or Philip. We can help you handle this. So also to remind you, please continue reading Seeding Bank's books, and log in into 3P African. We're on YouTube, we're on Facebook. Keep following us, keep growing with us, learning with us, and keep learning more about the 3 principles. We love you so much, and I'm excited to be the host of the day. And thank you for being good students. Thank you for being good teachers. Thank you for being good learners. And I just wish the best of you all, guys. And I always say, remember to fly if you know. If I say that, I mean first love yourself, then love others. It's very important to love yourself. It all starts, you cannot give what you don't have. It all starts with loving yourself. If you love yourself, you have that big opportunity to love others and to have a positive vibe and a positive life with everybody else. So thank you for joining us tonight. And I should say, may God bless you. Have a blessed night from Uganda, and have a beautiful day from the other parts of the world. Salute you. Bye-bye. See you next time.